guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Brad with the RC Supremacy. I do appreciate you guys tuning on in for another upload, man. It's been quite the hiatus. Life is life, and man, life is life, and kids are kidding and kicking me in the nuts every day. What a blessing. We're gonna get right into episode 4. I got a sick one. Really quickly, let me preface, I am not a professional. Before we get into all this electrical work and some of the stuff that I'm shocked that I was able to overcome is just basically inspiration. There's a lot of reference in here. I do the best I can to kind of give you a breakdown, but there's a ton of links down below from content creators that go more in depth and a more tutorial style install. So go check them out, and they'll be linked down below with some shout outs to their channel. We're gonna reference a few times through this video a PDF schematic that Trek Systems provided us. There's a service that they do with basically every single component that you purchase from Victron. I'm just gonna go ahead and put it up. Not to explain, that's just, we're dragging our intro on, bro. Let's get right into it, guys. Let's install, let's put together some nice creative bits and add the RC influence, and we can't wait to get on the road. Let's go! Just a quick trip down memory lane, touching on episodes 1, 2, and 3. We kicked off the series installing our Vever concession window, rolling out resin on the new flooring, and retrofitting the AC unit up front. Episode 2 is easily where I thought I was going to quit. The height of the summer, Pops and I were sanding, prepping, and painting her. In the last episode, we did a ton of miscellaneous things, from painting to staining to welding. We had a ton of tasks that needed to be checked off before getting to install. And I really did underestimate how much time and effort was going to go into not only learning new tools, but taking the time to do it right. The majority of the time was spent scheming the electronics cabinet. This needed to be structural, this needed to be lightweight, and this needed to be compact. It was going to be hiding a ton of wires. It was going to be bearing a lot of weight. Little man's ready to help. Are you ready, Theo?
Yeah.
Okay. As all of our electronics started to arrive from Victron, we began utilizing our official checklist provided by Trek Systems on our build spec to better organize and ensure we had everything prior to starting. I think it's worth mentioning really quickly some of the tools that I ended up having to pony up and purchase. It made the job that much easier, and I'll tell you what, I did attempt to utilize some tools that were in my toolbox, and I was just having very inconsistent results. Like I stated in the intro, we're going to be referring to our schematic that was provided by Trek Systems. This is a very intuitive layout of all the components in our system, down to the size connectors and wires, size fuses, and everything in between for you to have a successful build. Did mount our Servo GX and our VE bus right here with all of the 18 gauge, the data cable. Time to start wiring in our main disconnect switch. This will be in between the batteries and the Lynx distributor, which will provide power to all the components in the system. A quick little chime in here. Throughout the process, I learned with aggressive bends like these in tight spaces, to take pressure off of your connector, you're going to want to crimp that thing in the orientation that it's going to be sitting on its terminal. And in this case, we had an aggressive bend going from a battery to that main disconnect switch, and I went ahead and crimped it in the orientation it was going to be to take pressure off the connector, because this stuff does not twist. This wire is so thick, it's best case to do so, because over time I can see the wire winning and loosening itself. Before moving any further on the electronics, we have to secure the cabinet to the trailer, and we're doing so by using 3 lag bolts. We're going to be drilling directly through the cabinet and the flooring of the trailer, sandwiching the trailer flooring and the cabinet with 1.5-inch washers, doing a little Loctite on the nut itself, and then sealing that with silicone. And then you'll see us driving throughout the entire cabinet flooring into the trailer flooring some wood screws.
What's to follow is a dramatization of an incident that occurred while Brad was working on the front acrylic viewing panel. This will explain the absence and void of film on the latter stretch of the install.
Joking aside, it was a lesson learned on new material. As I was cutting this acrylic for the first time with a jigsaw, and the little amount that I was cutting, somewhere in along I was pushing and it splintered the acrylic, breaking the material and tagging my middle finger very, very good. These are our 2 main 10-3 wire coming in to the Multi Plus 2. One of them is providing power to the distribution panel on board, which is a 30 amp breaker that will send to the rails and provide all the AC in the trailer. And then we have one coming in from outside, which is our 30 amp plug that will receive power from a shore power 30 amp, 50 amp service, all the way to a generator or any type of outlet power. Before I end the video, I want to touch on the Victron Connect app and their VRM portal that allows you to monitor your system while away from it. It has a very user-friendly interface that actively displays the status of your system in real time, tracking solar yield, battery health, electricity consumption, and a ton of other very useful information. Lastly, I want to give a huge shout out and a massive thank you to Victron Energy. While I was in the planning stages of this build, my research kept bringing me back to Victron. With great reviews, massive online presence, and their dedication to their mission, I now understand why I was circled back to them so often. They are the epitome of a company that delivers fantastic products with even better customer service to boot. It really aided in the comfort of tackling this project with them an email or phone call away. Well, that's it for this episode. I really appreciate you guys watching, and until the trailer build finale featuring a different state, let's go!